girls of Octavian Country Day pack up their warmest cashmere coats and their tiniest iPods and board the bus for a President's Day class trip to Lake Placid. But bears aren't the only scary thing out in those woods. The Briarwood boys are staying in a cabin just a few yards away, which means the girls in Massey's underground clinic for kissing, MUCK, might have to find the guts to put their money where their well-glossed mouths are. Kristen Gregory can't afford to go on the trip. Will she rot in Westchester all alone? Not likely. Dylan Marvel, finally skinny after a bad bout of the flu, will stay skinny when she sees her mom smooching it up with history teacher, 'cause that's enough to make anyone yak. Alicia Rivera knows her crush Joss Hot says his eye on someone, but who? Alicia's the hottest girl at OCD, so he must like her, right? Claire Lyons gets a crazy haircut and a bloodthirsty new enemy, but none of this matters since Cam has taken his heart and his gummies away from her. She'll do whatever it takes to get him back. The Click. The only thing harder than getting in is staying in. Mass's thing, and every famous athlete had to have a thing, or else his fans wouldn't have anything to copy. Massey's stomach suddenly tightened at the thought of Darrington surrounded by hordes of shorts-wearing fans, because in this scenario she would have to be the glamour girl standing by his side, the girl every other girl wanted to be, and nothing was more amazing than that. Massey wiped her sweaty palms on the green corduroy over her Joey cargo pants, then slowly lifted her purple Swarovski crystal Alicia, Dylan, and Claire looked at one another and shrugged. Kristen stopped, her back still facing them. She didn't flinch when some girls in a hurry knocked into her with their bags and coats. She just stood there, motionless. Massie and the rest of the pretty committee darted over to Kristen and stood by her side. Tears were rolling down her cheeks. A black mascara booger had formed in the corner of her right eye. I had no idea you guys were so sick of me borrowing money, she sniffed. Alicia nervously twirled her thick black hair into a Shygon and tapped a bit of pink lip gloss on her full mouth. We're so not. Alicia tried to sound sincere, but her voice was flat and unconvincing. Just let us pay, Dylan said. If we split it 4 ways, then... Alicia cleared her throat and tilted her head towards Claire. I mean, if we split it 3 ways, we could totally afford it, Dylan corrected herself. Claire brought her thumbnail to her teeth and bent down. Seriously, Massie rested her hand on the back of Kristen's hot pink and white Puma track jacket. What's the big deal? Kristen wiggled out from under Massie's gentle grip. Because I don't want you to think I'm some pathetic charity case. Massie sighed. She didn't have time for this. Not when Darrington was waiting for her to respond to his text message. Maybe a little humor would lighten Kristen's mood. You're not some charity case. You are a charity case, and we adore you. Kristen's mouth fell open and tears started rolling down her flushed cheeks. Alicia glared at Massie. What? Massie was genuinely surprised by their reaction. I was kidding. She grabbed Kristen's hand and held it like she was about to propose marriage. Come on, Chris. This is gonna be the best week ever. Just let us pay. No thanks. Kristen dried her eyes on her polyester sleeve. I'll raise the money myself. How are we gonna raise $1,500